Cool the campus for less at Walmart. Get dorm ready with top tech, kitchen essentials, bedding, and school supplies.
What are we painting? We're painting this. My Contemptor.
Observation. This is a
Hey, Waffles, thanks for the follow. What Legion / chapter? Ultramarines. Legion. Look at that. Magnetized, bitch. The arm isn't though, so that's kind of sad, but whatever. We work with what we got. Yeah, my boys in blue.
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Rose, you weren't following? Dude. So, I gotta say, I was very worried about today with the new video and such. But considering that it didn't explode the way I thought it was going to, I have gotten some pushback, but it's pushback from people that just... There are people that refuse to get it, and... Fuck them. What else can I say? How is everybody tonight? Model's getting painted tonight. We're painting the Contemptor Dreadnought from Age of Darkness. Because I can't get another tank till this model's done. Hey boss, how you doing on this fine hump day? Player's moving away. Aww! They didn't need to die, you could have retired them! Dude! That's sad. You need to turn this down, it's loud. There we go. But yeah, I hope the video wasn't too depressing for you guys today. kind of glad you made that TikTok. Tell me why you're glad I made it, because I shouldn't have had to. I would like to know why you think, why, I want to know why you're glad I made that. If you haven't seen today's TikTok, go watch it. I have linked it in the Discord server. So for those that don't know about today, I uploaded a video on TikTok where I had a friend yesterday who me and him had a conversation. A very long conversation. Even if we have a different politics and still enjoy the same thing, trust me. That's not what that means. I need you to understand something here, Shadow. I don't hate conservatives. Because hate is wasteful energy. It's not a matter of disagreeing and agreeing. It's a matter on what your side is saying. Right now, in the current climate we live in, conservative politicians and Republican politicians, people on the right wing of politics, I'm talking the politicians, are demanding violence, are demanding that LGBTQIA+ people be tortured and killed because they were born that way, and that human rights are being stripped away by them. I don't care about your opinion on R. V. Wade. That is a human right that was stripped away. Guns have more right than women in America right now. That's not an argument. My point of that video is to state that I don't hate you. I am not going to hate you, because hating you is counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. I don't agree with your opinion. I will never agree with the conservative opinion, because guess what? The conservative opinion wants me dead. It's not a matter of different politics, buddy. It's a matter of different mindset, and that people on the right are being manipulated into horrible acts that a lot of them don't realize that's what's happening. And getting led into stupid culture war bullshit. Who the fuck cares if a character is changed to black in a fictional story? I'll tell you why conservatives are arguing it: to distract from them fucking you in the ass. And fucking your neighbors in the ass. Not just your regular neighbors, but your LGBTQIA+ neighbors. Those people who have done nothing to deserve the hate and vitriol that they get. Conservatives, whether intentionally or unintentionally, vote for bad people. It doesn't make you a bad person if you do that unintentionally. I can see where a lot of people think that conservatives are good. But guess what? The research and everything else, when you actually deep dive into it like I and Phoenix have, they actually hurt everybody. They don't help you. They don't support you. They want you fucking buried. I don't get mad at the people. I get mad at the politics. I get mad at the politicians. But I can still get angry and upset with people. It depends on a bit case-by-case basis. Because I have met conservatives in my life who do not agree with the anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. I have met conservative gay people. It's kind of the "why is the tiger eating me" kind of thing every time I talk to them. But I've met them nonetheless. I don't hate the people anymore. I hate the ideas. But I still can be disgusted by people like Donald Trump, like Pierre Poilievre, and so many other conservative leaders, because they use hatred, they use manipulation, they use disgusting, horrible tactics and violent rhetoric against people like me and like my fiance. That video is to show that if you are willing to have a dialogue, if you are willing to come talk to me, I am willing to talk. I don't think you a bad person just by wanting to talk. It is what you say to me, and as if that if you agree with those horrible actions that these governments are taking, whether they be federal or they be stateside or provincial, if you agree with those things, that is when I write you off. However, if you don't agree with those things and want to come talk and learn about the other side, my side, I'm willing to have a dialogue with you. I am always willing to have a dialogue with people who genuinely want to talk. Because guess what? I used to be that way. I was being led down the alt-right pipeline for so long because no one would talk to me. No one would tell me what was going on, why these things were happening, why people felt this way, because I didn't have an into that. I didn't know. And it's confusing and it's hard. But at the same time, I have to address that I was a bit of an asshole. I was a prick. I was a piece of shit back then. And I had to learn the hard way. I'm lucky that I had Phoenix in my life to tell me what I was doing wrong and that what I was doing was actually being very hurtful and harmful. I'm stupid lucky. And as well, it helped me figure out who I am. It's hard. It was very hard being that way. It's not a matter of different opinion. It's a matter of, hey, what business do you have to tell that gay person or that trans person what the fuck they can do with their bodies? Who the fuck they can sleep with? And if you pull the Bible on me, I'm gonna call you a dickhead. Because you don't follow the Bible 100%. So why are you choosing to follow this passage? That doesn't even say man. It originally said child. I am always willing to have a dialogue with someone who is actually willing to learn, who is actually willing to talk, who actually wants to know these things. Because guess what? We shouldn't close our doors like that. No, you fucking don't, Shadow. Shadow, you get a target on your back for being a dickhead. And so far, I haven't seen you act like a dickhead. You don't get to play victim here. You know who's an actual victim? You want to know the actual victims? Name the countless black people who have been murdered in the streets by police who just have wanton destructive force. Fun fact, did you know that the police can just beat the shit out of you and get away with it for no cause at all? You do not have a target on your back for being right-wing. You do not. I have a target on my back for being autistic, for being something that I had no control over. There are people in this world, in my country, who think I should be dead. Shadow. Fuck off with this, I have a target on my back. You fucking don't. I'm sorry I exploded. You do not have a target on your back. The problem isn't with you being right-wing. The problem is that you vote for the people who want to hurt people like me. Who want to hurt other people. For superficial shit. That's the problem. That doesn't make you a bad person. You have the reasons for why you vote that way. But you have to be a little more informed than the economy's in shambles and the left's to blame, because we really aren't. You know who's to blame? The very people blaming the left for why our economy is in shambles, why inflation is high. Corporations aren't paying their fair share. And guess what? They weren't paying you higher wages without the high taxes anyways. They have to be forced to do that. You want to know why you have job security? A lot of the time, you could thank unions for that. What do conservatives want to do? Get rid of unions. So that way, you can be a slave. That way, you can be a serf. We don't work to live. Well, we don't live to work. Well, we don't work to live. We live to work, which is horrible. I don't have audio. You're fine. I'm not asking you anything. It's... I am sick of this victim mentality coming from the right. I'm sick of it. You aren't victims. You're playing the victim. Right now, right-wing people, and I'm talking like the MAGA crowd, the Freedom Convoy, all these people, they bitch and they whine that their freedoms are being taken away. What freedoms are taken away? They can never answer the question. And then when they do, they're horribly debunked. Oh, we can't cross the border. Why can't you cross the border? I need a vaccine. That's your choice. You chose not to get a vaccine, and guess what? Now you can't travel. That was your choice. You had the freedom to get a vaccine, which is scientifically proven to work, and you chose not to. You had a choice. You always had the freedom of choice, and you chose to be an idiot. So, here are the consequences for your actions. You chose to be a dickhead on Twitter. Guess what? There are social consequences for being a dickhead on Twitter. Actions have consequences. I can't go out and punch a guy in the face. I can't go out and say that a group needs to be genocided. You know why? Because your actions have consequences. And your actions can hurt people. By acting like a spoiled brat and dickhead, saying, my rights are being taken away when they fucking aren't. You are acting like a spoiled bitch. Conservatives aren't victims. They are making the victims by taking away reproductive rights and by hurting others for simply trying to exist. This isn't a live, let live situation that we live in now. You can't just let a racist live in this society anymore because they believe that other people don't deserve to live. We don't let fucking murderers walk around. But here's a social consequence. We can convince people that their thoughts are wrong. That we can convince them that these ideas that people are inferior are wrong. That their way of thinking is flawed and wrong. As long as they're willing to have that dialogue with you and talk with you. We can have these healthy discussions. We can talk about this. But right now, as things stand, if you're voting conservative, you really need to ask yourself, why am I voting for people that are hurting other people or want to hurt other people? And another thing, this culture war bullshit that people like Tucker Carlson and hundreds of others have brought up. It's bullshit. It's all it is smoke and mirrors to distract from actual problems. Fun fact, did you know that when Tucker Carlson was bitching about the design change for the green M&M, that Nestle, the owners of the M&M product, were being sued for slave labor? Child slave labor? Yeah. Bet you didn't know that. Because you got distracted with the culture war. That's what they do. They distract from things that are going on. Because they don't want you to know that their buddies upstairs are fucking up. That people are getting hurt. And recently, very recently actually, armed LGBTQ supporters defended and did a drag show from a bunch of homophobic and transphobic bastards who wanted to harass the people that were at that show. That fell out. That's not good. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to glue that back on later. And guess what Fox News did? They reported that an armed rally was there when they weren't. They weren't a rally. They were just doing what the conservatives do every fucking time. They show up with guns to intimidate people who are just living their lives. As well, here's another thing. The right continues to say that gay people and trans people and drag queens are pedophiles and rapists and that they're going to rape your kids. I have not seen one case where that was true. I have seen plenty of cases of conservative and Republican politicians being constantly caught fucking guys behind closed doors, fucking kids behind closed doors, and sex trafficking minors. Hi, Matt Gaetz. Didn't see you there, you piece of shit. You really, conservatives right now, you are misled. You are being lied to regularly. And you don't see it because you choose to either close your eyes to it or you just can't see it because you don't know where to go. However, I am also willing to admit that when people do want to come and have a dialogue with people, that the left can be very uncharitable. I am very willing to admit that. Just the other day, actually the reason why me and my friend had this conversation was because a person working at a different kiosk, a non-binary individual, said that cis people can't love and that we should just genocide them. Why is it okay for them to say that, but why is it not okay for the Nazis to say that Jews don't deserve to live? Here's the thing, both are wrong. Both statements are very, very wrong. Both are very, very bad. And I'm willing to call out my own side when it comes to that shit. I'm willing to call out the people that I support and that are a part of my community, because that shit does not fly with me. Because how fucking dare you take the same arguments that the people who want to kill us are taking.
One debt to society later.
Thank you for the sub. Those kinds of people in our community, in my community, are dangerous. Because not only do they not realize what they're doing, they just gave the other side ammo. See, they want to kill us. They want to take us out back and shoot us. That's why we got to shoot them first, when the rest of us don't want that. One person can make an entire group look bad. One person, taken out of context, or in context. I don't agree with everybody on the left. There are plenty of people who I look at and say, you need to shut the fuck up. There are plenty of people like that. Because they don't help. They just want to be mad. And people have the right to be mad. People of color definitely have a right to be mad. Where they constantly get fucked up by police, where they constantly get treated like shit. I'm not going to tell a black person they don't have the right to be angry. They do. They very much do. But I'm going to draw the line when someone says that people need to die. I don't like it when the conservatives say it. I don't like it when my side says it. I get self-defense. I really do. But genocide and self-defense is not self-defense. You don't make something right by killing people. You don't make the argument to kill people. That's wrong. I'm not going to demonize people because I don't know people. I know my family, I know my friends, and some of my friends are conservatives, and I point out to them these horrible things that these people do, and they genuinely look at me like they just saw a murder, like they didn't know that. Because people don't look into things deeply enough. People don't research because we don't have time to. I'm making you think, aren't I, Shadow? Because guess what? This happened to me. I was confronted with this stuff. I was shown this stuff. I was genuinely asked by a friend, do you think I deserve to die? And when I said no, they said to me, then why did you vote for the people that want me dead? Or why are you spouting the same things from those very same people who want me dead? And that was fucked up to hear. Because it is. It's a very fucked up thing. They said, I know you're not a bad person. I know you're not. What you did doesn't make you a bad person because you didn't know. But they were rightfully angry with me. They had all right to stop being my friend then and there. But guess what? I'm marrying that person now. It's not a matter if you're a bad person or not. It's a matter of, do you understand what you're doing? Do you understand why you have these arguments? Do you understand where this is coming from? Do you know where it came from? Then you're a fence sitter, which is worse. Because what the fuck do you not agree with the left on? You know what the left wants? We want better paying jobs. We want social security. We want people to live their lives. We want people to have equal rights. We want people to pay their fair share. Guess what? You can't have roads. You can't have power. You can't have clean water without infrastructure and a government to facilitate it. Guess what? You can't have trade. The left, right now, I don't give a shit about 20 years ago or 10 years ago. I give a shit about now and the future. The left also wants to fix climate. Because guess what? We're dying out here. China just lost the third largest river. The third largest in the world is gone. We want to fix the voting system. Not like fix it to our favor. No. We want to fix elections because they're bullshit and don't represent people. We want better elections. We want better voting rights. We want better things everywhere. The right has continued to show its fucking contempt for people. People just got a $10,000 fucking relief package from Biden, and conservatives are saying, nah, people should suffer. You don't know why they had to incur that $10K debt. Maybe they couldn't pay for college. We're constantly told and bombarded from childhood that we should do that we should take this unfair debt. And then guess what? There's no laws protecting people from the fucking theft of it. That, like, these companies can charge exuberant amounts of interest for one missed payment. Because guess what? Wages haven't gone up. And conservatives and Republicans aren't increasing them. They aren't saying anything about that. They just say you should work more jobs. Or that we're lazy. I'm not lazy. You're not lazy. So why are you listening to the guys who are calling you lazy? When the other guy's saying, hey, you should be paying that guy his fair share. But you're looking at us and saying, I don't 100% agree with you. Where is the disconnect? No, you don't get to pull fiction on me. You don't get to pull movies on me. I want real world statistics. I want actual evidence. I want actual numbers. You know why? Because movies aren't reality. And if you're talking about voter fraud, guess who cheats in elections, buddy? It's never been the Democrats. It's never been the left. It's always been the Republicans. With gerrymandering, with tampering with votes. Trump is recorded on video stating, I just want to find just enough votes to beat Biden. He is currently being investigated for that very thing. And you're going to tell me you don't agree with the left? Come on, buddy. You need to get with it. Come back to reality. The people who are telling you that we're swindling you, that we're the bad guys, are the very people who are tickling your balls and running away. Well, we're trying to tell you, hey, they're tickling your balls. It's a movie. It's a movie. Okay. I need you to tell me the name of this movie right the fuck now. Because if that movie was made by Fox News, I'm gonna tell you something. You've been lied and played, buddy. The only people who cheated in the 2020 election was Trump and his cronies. You remember January 6th? That wasn't a left movement, dude. Ooh, water. The movie called 2,000 Miles. Not to KM. Buddy! Oh my god, Shadow! You got fucking played, buddy! You got fucking played by Big Oil! That movie, that fucking piece of shit, is full of contradictions, lies, and misinformation. Intentionally so to convince you that Biden cheated when he fucking didn't. You want to know why that movie's full of fucking holes? 5 different organizations, 2 of them being Republican, couldn't find voter fraud. And the only voter fraud that's been found has been from the Republican side. You've been lied to. You've been cheated. You've been misled. These people lied to you. And you fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. And I'm not going to be nice about it. Because you perpetuated that lie. The 2020 election was not stolen. It was the most secure election in U.S. history. That's the only thing Trump can claim to. Is that he made the 2020 election completely secure. That's the only fucking thing that that piece of shit can say that he did well. You were lied to. That movie is nothing but lies. You know why, Shadow? Because you have to be proactive with this information search. You have to actually look into things. You actually have to put in the effort. Don't believe everything you watch and read. Always, always, always search, compare, contrast. Always. You need to, or this shit happens. This is how we get January 6th. This is how we continue to get people that think that trans people are a bunch of pedophiles. This is how this shit happens, buddy. And by the way, you wanna know who else corroborates my fucking story? Trump's own intelligence units. The FBI, the DOJ. All of them. They said there was no massive election fraud. No one was cheated. Trump is just a sore fucking loser. And a madman at that. Oh boy. Buddy, stop looking at the left like we're antagonists to you. You want to know why people get mad at you? It's because of shit like that. We're so tired and frustrated with people that say that the 2020 election was stolen. I still have friends that say it. And I get mad at them for it. Because they should know better. Because I showed them the evidence. And they acknowledged it, but they continue to say it. If I prove a man's innocence, and you still say he's a murderer, I'm sorry, you're the idiot here, not me. And I have to be this brutally real with people at this point. I'm willing to be this brutally real with people at this point. Because being soft and being nice doesn't work anymore. I have to be direct. I'm willing to have these conversations. But I'm also going to be very fucking direct with you. I'm not going to attack you personally. But I am going to point out that it's stupid as fuck. And I know that you're not an idiot. He's trying to say he's center, which just is offensive, which doesn't make the argument better. And by the way, I have looked at every news source. I have. I've gone out of my way to see if even the slightest bit of inkling was true. It's not. I knew it wasn't, but I still did my due diligence. Because guess what? We're responsible for living in our own society. And we have to be responsible with our knowledge. Knowledge is out there. I don't just go to one site and say, oh, that's it. No, I go to at least 5. And then I see if all stories corroborate with one another. And guess what? Every time I've done that, guess which sites were lying? The right-wing sites were usually lying. We now have people from CNN who are telling us, don't trust us anymore. Because we just got bought out by a Republican billionaire. Don't trust news that comes out of CNN anymore. How fucked is that? That a billionaire with a right-wing leaning is going to spread fake news and propaganda over the fucking airways. Who just lost us $22 billion and counting for HBO because cartoons are for kids and Batgirl is shit. Even though Batgirl was 98% complete and they didn't even release the fucking movie. give a shit about CNN blackmail. I don't give a fuck. That's been resolved years ago. It was wrong for them to do that. And guess what? They got shit on for doing that. But that was years ago, and you need to let that go. Because it doesn't matter anymore. You're holding on to shit that doesn't matter anymore. And you need to let it go, bud. The left is not out to get you. We never have been. Yes, do we have our assholes? Yeah. Don't worry. I'll call them out too. I have been for years. People got mad at me for saying that white genocide is bad. On my side. Two wrongs don't make a right. But you can't sit there and tell me that one side is just as bad as the other. You just fucking can't. But yeah, that was basically the video today, is that like, hey, I'm willing to have a dialogue with you. I'm willing to talk. But if you're talking to me, you're taking your lumps. I'm pointing out stupid shit. Because that's what I do.
Hello.
Hello.
Also, friend.
Get in here, you bitch!
Also, I hurt my wrist.
I see that. Are you okay?
I will be, hopefully.
Fuck you guys, I got a slushie.
And Skittles.
Hell yeah! Where is he?
Brody, where is?
Where's my slight recoil?
He's switching over his laundry over
What, I'm made of sweat right now. I walked here. Look at my face. I'm disgusting.
I see that. Do you want to shower in our shower?
Sure. I'll go do that. You can't stop me. You offered.
Just make sure Phoenix isn't in the washroom.
Huh?
Just make sure that Phoenix isn't in the washroom.
Yeah, no, I came over because I forgot my laundry here last night.
I know, I heard.
That game with Wolfgang was tense. I think we got out of here at like 12:40.
I heard that door close at like 12:40.
Yeah. It literally came down to whether or not he could deal 3 wounds to Abaddon in a single phase. And he didn't, so I barely won.
Shadow, your autism isn't an excuse here.
Welcome to the crew.
I'm autistic. Your autism doesn't give you an excuse to not know things.
That's called ignorance, not autism.
Exactly. You chose to not look things up. You chose to be ignorant. You are better than that. I'm going to point that out, but you are better than that. Because you're still in my community, and you haven't ran away from it. And no one in my community is going to accuse you of being a bad person. We're going to say, hey, that's pretty fucking stupid. But we're not going to accuse you of being a bad person here. Unless you go out of your way to be a dickhead. Which, as far as I noticed, you haven't been.
Behold.
You have grabbed the baby.
Behold, baby. Yeah, she was doing the pick-me-up screams. So I'm gonna hold her for like all of 5 minutes until she remembers that I'm made of heat and sweat this time of year.
I can't wait for winter at this point.
I know. The heat is illegal. It is almost September and it's like plus 30 something and we live in Canada. This is illegal.
It's plus 28.
That's still too much.
It's climate change.
It's 28.5 degrees in this house.
Listen, climate change is a myth. Global warming is a myth. Now, what they don't tell you about is the fact that we're actually circling into a new ice age due to the carbon dioxide released from...
My God.
Oof, sorry. But yeah, that's my favorite crackpot theory, is that it's not global warming, it's global cooling. And I'm like, well, I don't know, genius. I didn't sweat my balls off in winter.
That is going to be my co-host. For those that don't know, on my podcast, Back Alley Advice, he's going to be talking about history and shit.
Oh, man. Y'all ain't ready for the unbridled truth and the craziness that is history. There's some wild rides.
Oh, great, Diogenes.
I've been summoned? I'm sorry, I heard my name.
I said, oh, great, Diogenes, not Captain Diogenes.
I also respond to Great Diogenes.
Holy fuck. Ah.
I am everyone's friend until I have a reason not to be. Consider me a friend, history lover. That's very convenient, actually.
I need my glue from downstairs.
Okay. I'll get you your glue and then I'll have a shower because I'm made of gross.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
No problem.
I'll give you a kiss when you're clean.
Okay. If you can't love me at my dirty, you don't get me at my clean.
If you don't love me at my dirty, you don't get me at my clean. That's my friends, ladies, gentlemen, and those of unspecified gender. By the way, I was scared to make that video today. I was actually kind of scared to make that video. Because I didn't want to come off as defending conservatives at all. And I had my friends reassure me that, like, they watched the video and I wasn't. They're in the server. They're known as Slight Recoil. You can just look in my server.
Okay. Now I shut.
Where's the glue?
Oh, fuck.
Phoenix!
I'll get it.
He's going back down. Babe, you should be proud of me. I walked here from town center.
Why did you walk?
Because the bus was being stupid. He's gonna make us wait 15 minutes.
Okay.
circle.
I love you. Why is your hand so wet?
What?
Why is your hand so
My
wet?
hand's wet? I
Yeah.
thought that was your forehead. I'm gonna go take that shower.
My friend's a very sweaty person. That's why I give him a shower.
You know, I can explain it real easy. I have actually gotten yelled at a winter camp that I helped run for like youth and stuff because it was 1 in the morning and I was walking around in nothing but my underwear in like minus 20 something. And they're all like, "You're gonna die," and I'm like, "I don't know. I actually feel pretty comfortable," and continued to just be myself. So put me in this heat and I want to die.
Cuddle piles, people. Literal fucking cuddle piles. Oh, you mean like Kiwi Farms, a far right wing site? Hey, you don't get to blame the left for that. And by the way, you have to look at why those people get found and why those people are being dragged through the fucking mud. Always ask the question why. Because I can tell you right now, Kiwi Farms, a far right-wing terrorist group, as found by multiple different nations, has doxed hundreds of trans and gay people for the sole crime of being gay and trans. But when we go out of our way to find assholes, like people from January 6th, it's not because they're right-wing, it's because they're literal fucking terrorists that need to be found. Or how about someone that assaults a gay person and then runs away? And then people give their information to the police because assaulting people is a crime. And is it doxing if that person's is a public figure where their information is public? I am a public figure. However, my information remains private because I have not shared that because I am semi-public. I am a content creator. I am not a politician or a person with a business that I have to register. It's not doxing if your place of business is on public record. And if your business gets called out for being shit, it's not doxing when people come up and tell you you're shit. You don't get to pull the doxing card here, because the right have also done it. Shadow. Every time that you've brought up an argument, the right have done it worse, and they continue to do it. For very, very malicious reasons. I have a counterpoint to everything you're going to say. You don't have a counterpoint to me because you don't have a leg to stand on against me. Your autism is not an excuse, just like how mine isn't. I'm worried for his safety once he moves out of his own in 2 years. Yeah. My guy, I'm poly. I'm a part of the LGBTQ. And you continue to support people or ignore people that want me dead. And I want you to really understand that. For someone who you say you genuinely enjoy, that you genuinely enjoy watching, I need you to ask yourself, why do you continue to support the people that want to hurt me, Shadow? Someone that you admit is a person you like, who entertains you, and holds you accountable, yes, but isn't attacking you. Notice that I haven't attacked you at all during this. I've attacked your ideas and your opinions. I don't care if both sides are doing it. I care about the reasons why they're doing it. Why is it happening? For what reasons is it happening? Because guess what? Police dox you all the fucking time when you're an adult. Guess what? I can go online right now and find any adult's entire rap sheet. I can go online and find out where the fuck they live, what the fuck they're doing, and what crimes they committed. Age, hair color. I could figure out the fucking follicles on their foreskin. Bit of an exaggeration on that last part, but you get my point. Shadow, it is not that hard. Why are those people being doxxed? Why are they being found out? I'm fully willing to dox a Nazi. I'm fully willing to do that. Because fuck Nazis. However, if people are handing over information to the police about a crime that was committed, that's fine. You want the justice system to work, right? Or is it bad because both sides do it? Yeah, doxing can be horrible. But here's the thing. I'm saying doxing against criminals, against people who want to commit the violence and go die, Shadow, I have just told you which side wants to kill me, and you're fence-sitting again. I'm telling you what is going on. I could show you mountains of evidence of this shit. You have seen mountains of evidence from me and people who follow me and talk to me have shown you. And you continue to sit on the fence. Are you scared? Is someone holding a gun to the back of your head? Because I'm certainly not. I'm shocked that after all of this, that you're still fence sitting. I don't care about the both sides argument. I care about who's doing what right now. I'm not going to say that fucking... Okay, I'm not choosing a side with the Ukrainian-Russian war because Ukraine has done some bad things in the past. No! You side with fucking Ukraine because they're being invaded! I don't know which side to pick when it comes to people being... with gay people losing their rights. You choose the side that's losing rights! Like, holy fuck, buddy! You're choosing to side with the people that think we're possessed, that we're evil because we're autistic. You admitted you were autistic. Why are you supporting the people who want you dead? Who have actively admitted that they want you dead and that you shouldn't exist? Why? I am genuinely asking why you are so opposed to this. Because of a few bad people on the left? Guess what? Assholes exist in this world. And as I've said before, I call those idiots out. Because fuck them. They are just as bad as the people who want to hurt us. They don't make our arguments better. They make them worse. Till I do more Don't go center, buddy. My guy. And as well, you gotta kind of learn to explain yourself better, buddy. I understand wanting to do more research on stuff. I do get that. But I will tell you to do more research. Look into it. Don't just blindly believe me. And don't listen to people who say, well, in my personal experience, because personal experience is bullshit. Personal experience doesn't account for everything. In my personal experience, most conservatives are jackoffs. That's not true. You're not a jackoff to me. Shadow, you are also not a lawyer. I would not recommend talking about this. Because even you have got it wrong. It depends on what kind of doxing we're talking about here. Doxing someone to the police isn't illegal. doxing someone with malicious intent is illegal. Yeah, that's malicious intent, Shadow. The left hasn't done that. As far as I know, they haven't. Most of that shit can be traced back to Gasp, 4chan, and Kiwi Farms. Swatting is illegal, Shadow. No one's in question of that. But the left, as far as I know, doesn't swat. If you're a left-wing content creator like I am more likely to be swatted. Fun fact. I'm sorry, I'm working. I can't type too much. Shadow. You can't let that shit control you. Welcome to the modern age, buddy. I'm more at risk for talking about this and being left. You want someone who knows this better than I do? Go look at Keffels, a trans streamer who's fully transitioned. They had to flee Canada because of this shit. Because they're a trans supporter. They're left wing. Because a far-right crazy site doxed her and her family and her friends. I haven't seen anybody do that on the left. What the fuck? I'm not saying which side, boss. But you're accusing both sides of it. And you can't do that, buddy. I can't just go in and call everybody in a courthouse a murderer. That's insane. But please, do your own research. And don't just look at one thing and call it a day. It's a rabbit hole. It's full on. You have to just look into it. It's not just look at Fox News, call it a day. It is actually looking at all sources on a topic. Not watching one documentary and believing it. God, we're getting this guy. We're blowing through this model. Holy shit. But one more thing before I drop this topic and move on to something else. I have not seen a left-wing site or a left-wing group bring on a sex trafficker and rapist. I have seen Fox News put on Andrew Tate. And that's where I dropped the mic on this argument. So, moving on from that. How is everybody doing? Because I got a slushy and I'm happy. I believe company government extra should have a cap. What? What do you mean they should have a cap? What are you talking about? A cap on what? How much money they can own? Well, government kind of needs money to keep functioning. I agree on eating the rich. Fuck the rich, dude. Yeah, let's move on from politics. It's supposed to be a safe space. It's supposed to be a chill night. We're meant to just be relaxing, having a good time, talk, painting, and enjoying each other's company. How is my chat today? Really should have had this arm magnetized. Damn. President Shinra is dead. All hail President Shinra. Also, can we get some donations in chat? I would appreciate it very much. Remember, if we get $1,000, Phoenix will do a face reveal. Cynthia's retiring from Madeline the anime. Alright. Interesting. Got some developments going on in the anime. Oh, here comes the wet boy.
But now it's clean, man.
Yeah.
So I want to run something past you.
What's up?
I edited
Shit.
something about my Iron Warriors list, and I wanted your reaction.
Alright.
Because you know that I am a completely reasonable human being.
That is yet to be determined.
So I don't have any more Terminators. They're all gone.
Okay.
I just have 3 squads of 3 Obliterators.
Okay. So you traded out Terminators
Uh-huh.
for Obliterators.
Uh-huh. Obliterators can fire their weapons in combat now.
Yes. Yes, they can. Granted at a -1, but
But they still fire flesh metal guns in melee.
thank you for the dollar, my friend.
It is hella hype. So yeah, I switched out the Termies for Obliterators, and then I can heal them and buff them with my Masters of Possession.
Masters of Possession are pretty good.
They're pretty good. I went with 2 Masters of Possession instead of a Chaos Lord. If you do have 2 separate detachments, you can take a Chaos Lord with Abaddon. He just has to be in a different detachment.
Alright.
Yeah. Been doing some reading. What is this? I'm still here, loser.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. That's YouTube. I'm like, who are these people? Who are they? That's YouTube.
yeah, this is my chat.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I haven't even looked at the multi-stream. Hold on.
There's a multi-stream?
Yeah, I'm streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch.
Ah, okay, okay.
Also, I grinded out Pokemon today.
By that he means he ground them down to a fine paste
No!
and fed them to other Pokemon to up their level.
No!
That's how Pokemon Go works.
I didn't do that. This is traditional Pokemon.
Oh, well I guess the Pokemon can go kill themselves.
It's the new Nuzlocke.
Also, can I talk about how illegal this heat is?
It's very illegal.
I got out of the shower and I'm sweating now. I had a cool shower and I'm sweating again. I hate this. The heat is illegal.
I'm sorry.
Somebody turn down the yellow thing in the sky and up the AC of the planet, please.
I'm sorry. You have to talk to science or God on that one. And last time I checked, God wasn't real, so you gotta talk to science. God, Nostalgia Critic is cringe, dude. Nostalgia Critic is cringe. Cringy critic. The cringe critic. I think Shadow's a little shaken up. Also, hi by one YouTube viewer. I see you now. You can talk. I'm sorry. I didn't see your chat. I had on the Twitch chat. I'm sorry. Oh, that's cold. Ooh. Sick. You know that bitch? I promised him that I would give him kisses, and I didn't. History Lover, you still in chat there? Who else is still in chat aside from Aramis and Shadow? Found a fallen knight. Are you guys okay after that conversation that I had? I need to genuinely know. You were able to speak your mind here. You're able to open up and talk. Don't feel like you can't. I encourage you to speak. I hope all of you are okay. I know that was pretty intense. And I hope you all are okay. I'm glad you're good, Aramis. Bit worried about everyone else, so. That was a very intense chat. We went on to help them fully understand what the world around them is. Yeah. I'm just making sure that all my viewers are okay. Because, unlike a lot of people, I actually do fucking care. Contemptors are not that hard to paint, they're just time consuming. Need to look up how to do this autocannon. Auto cannon Wargy K. That is not helping me. Close, but not what I'm looking for. better. There we go. What model are you working on? I'm working on the Age of Darkness Contemptor Dreadnought. So basically, in the lore, these are the guys that are almost dead that we stuff in robots. Because even in death, you still serve. If you're wondering though, this isn't a special Dreadnought, he's just a Dreadnought. But I would like him to be like one of my friends or whatever. But yeah, good news. Tomorrow we can start the Nuzlocke again, because we're caught up with leveling. All my Pokemon are level 25, and they're ready to go for the next gym. So, and any questions, chat? Any questions you want to ask, or anything burning in those minds of yours? Do you have any recommendation for a good painting tutorial? Anything from Mini Wargaming or the painters from GW themselves, because they actually do give off some good painting tutorials. back to painting Blood Angels Combat Patrol. So basically you're gonna paint them like 3 shades of red and then you're gonna call it a day. With like black detail, with like black trim. Blood Angels are one of the easiest color schemes to do, but they're one of the hardest to make look good. Because red and lighting together are a very hard combination to make work. From the YouTube, Lewis Martin asked, do you like DC animated movies? I do! I do like DC animated movies. I think they are wonderful. Not everyone's a banger. Not everyone is good. But those that are, those are some good movies. My favorite one, though, would have to be Superman versus the Elite. I love Superman versus the Elite. He's good shit. It's basically Superman versus the boys, but he's good shit. And for those that are wondering what the fuck is Superman versus the Elite, or in the original comic, what is so wrong with truth, justice, and the American way? The comic and basically the story rundown is that a new team of anti-heroes has popped into town called the Elite. And they are fine with killing. They are fine with taking life. They are fine with being judge, jury, and execution. Superman does not agree with that. Clark does not agree with that. And he actively calls them out. He actively challenges them. Well, he doesn't challenge them, he chastises them for it. But he doesn't go out of his way to antagonize them. He just says, what you're doing is wrong and you need to stop. And the court of public opinion starts to side with the Elite. Because they do make the bad guys go away. They do kill the problem. Whereas Superman keeps just putting the problem away in jail. However, when enough is enough, they get into a fight. And specifically, Superman asks that we do not fight in front of everybody. Like, we don't fight here on Earth. And the Elite take him to a moon, and they beat the stuffing out of him. And then after their heavy hitter Coldcast hits Superman with the megaton punch of 3 suns exploding in his face, Superman says the one thing that scares everybody. I finally get it now. And he starts picking them off one by one by one. And it's terrifying because throughout this entire scene, you don't see Superman. You don't see him at all. He's picking these teenagers apart bit by bloody bit, and you don't see it. And then at least in the movie, movie, Manchester Black, the leader of the elite, teleports back into a crowd full of people saying that he won't hurt us as long as the sheep are around. No. He sends Coldcast into orbit at Mach 7. If you had super hearing, Superman says, you could hear the pop. And proceeds to beat the ever-loving stuffing out of Manchester Black, saying, see, I finally get what you've been selling. And by the way, this is an ugly Superman we're staring at. This is not like prim, proper, clean. No, one of his eyes is shot. He is terrifying. He is tearing Manchester Black apart, or bit by bloody bit. And Manchester Black does get a good hit on him. But then Superman focuses his heat vision through the guy's eyes and gives him a lobotomy. I scanned your brain for abnormalities, and when I found it, I cut it out. That is terrifying. However, after people beg Superman not to kill Manchester Black, he reveals he never killed anybody. All the elite just knocked them out and was nursing headaches he didn't even want to think about. He showed the world that if you want the easy way, it's not pretty. Because what's stopping him? The elite? Fuck no. You want Superman to kill? He doesn't want to, and he's not going to. And it's not the answer. He can kill. It's so easy for him to kill. But killing is the easy way. It doesn't do anything. Manchester Black says in the movie, while they're beating the snot out of Superman, that he puts on a show that we are the answer. But you want to know what he also says? You punch one of my guys, you don't walk. It's not power to protect people, it's power for power's sake and doing what you want. That's wrong. And fucked up. It's might makes right. You hit one of my guys, you don't walk. Why am I hitting your guy, though? Your guy's attacking me first. So if I hit him in self-defense, I'm guilty? Superman slowly has gone from being my most hated superhero to being honestly my favorite. Because guess what, guys? I agree with overly sarcastic productions on this. Superman is just Clark Kent's, what's the word I'm looking for here? Hi, Jack! Superman is just Clark Kent's customer services voice. And I love that. I love that analogy. Because it's true. Clark Kent is very different. Well, Clark Kent and Superman, though, are similar. Your boy Clark is a bit of a sarcastic and sassy bastard. Superman isn't sarcastic or sassy. He just kind of plays everything straight. And this is something that I want to address. I do not like modern day interpretations of what if Superman went evil. We know what Superman would be like if he was evil. Insert any fucking guy or girl or with the power of Superman. We know what that's like. Superman is the subversion of that trope. He's the person who has the power to do anything. And he chooses to do good. He chooses to be a good person. He is the balance in which everybody is measured by in the DCU. In the DC universe. He is... Yeah, sure, he looks pretty basic on the outside. But he's much more interesting because of what he stands for. Clark is a good person who does good by people. He believes that everybody deserves a chance. He wants to be human. He wants to live up to being human, to being a good person, because he was raised by good people. He was raised by people who told him, "You're not a freak. You're not weird. We love you, and you are a good person." And Superman wants to live by those ideals. Like, the only story that I've seen ever get Superman right, where he goes like evil, is Injustice, and it's not out of a place of vicious malice. It takes a while for Clark to get that bad. He still believed, at least at the beginning, that people were good. It's just that something needed to change. It became bad when he started enforcing his will on people, saying stop, like, doing everything that was just wrong. The idea was noble, the actions were not. And that only came from the most traumatic point in his life in that universe. And then when the Superman from our DC, from the main timeline, came and fought him, that's a little bit complicated. Hi, Dylan. I think they tried that before in the comics. It just inevitably it didn't work. And it's not up to the heroes to decide who goes to prison. I cannot type to save my life today. You're fine. You're fine, buddy. When we talk about, like, Superman and everything, what chapter are you painting in Announcer Games? Oh, it's blue. It's a Legion. Ultramarines. We're painting Ultramarines, because my favorite Legion. I know, I'm boring. I like Superman because he doesn't kill. I like Superman because he is willing to challenge the easy way out. I need to build my miniatures. Do it! That's why we do this. Okay, got audio for a bit. Sick! Welcome! I like Superman. I used to hate him because that, like, he was just the goody two-shoes who could do no wrong. But when you actually start looking into him and who he is and why he does what he does, you're starting to get a very different picture of who Clark Kent, the character, is. And people need to stop writing him as being like this god or messiah. He's not. Superman is just a guy with powers. Sure, he's the strongest, arguably, in the entire DC universe, but he is the kind of person that will never rub that in your face. Superman is... Boss used to be edgy. Oh, yeah, easily. I used to be fucking edgy. And then I grew up. The best way to show Superman's character is in the short story For the Man Who Has Everything. It was both a comic and an episode in DC, in Justice League. Where Mongol III puts a thing called the Black Mercy on Superman. And it shows him his heart's desire. Now Mongol goes, oh boy, I can't imagine the fucking hellscape that this guy is living in. Like, I can't imagine, like, the power fantasy he's living. You want to know what Superman is fantasizing about with the Black Mercy? Because the Black Mercy shows you what you want to see. He's on Krypton. Not as a ruler. Not as this amazing, egotistical scientist. He's living on a farm. With a family. A family that he doesn't have superpowers. He's not Superman. He's just Kal-El. He's just Clark. Living with his wife and his kid. His kid who screws up, isn't perfect, but he learns. Learns his lesson. And throughout it, I've already talked about Superman the Elite. Oh yeah, his wife very much looks like Lois. Your boy has a type. But throughout all of that, he's fighting it. He's resisting the Black Mercy. And it breaks him to admit that it's not real. To look at his son, like his not real son, but he still cries over it. Because it's what he wants, but it's not real, and he can't have that. And what does that say about Superman? that he didn't want to be like a ruler. He doesn't want to be famous. He just wants to be a regular guy living on a farm, living his life how he wants to live it. Holy fuck. Sorry, couldn't hear. You're fine, mate. Basically, Superman vs. the Elite is my favorite. But yeah, by the way, it's the only story that Alan Moore has written that he says, no, I still love For the Man Who Has Everything. It is the only thing that's been adapted of my work that I actually like. You know, this is Alan fucking Moore. This is the guy who hates superheroes now, still saying that. I love when Superman is written not as a god, not as a solution to everyone's problems, but when he's written to be a person. A person with incredible power.
But when he's written as a Russian and he has to fight Batman, now that is a good series.
How are you?
Good.
I heard you talking about Diogenes and all that out there.
Yeah, because I was like, most people know about the Behold a Man, but there's so many good Diogenes stories. So I was
Like him
planning-
telling the court to get fucked. Or like pissing on someone's table during a dinner.
or eating in the middle of the market because people were like, you can't eat in public places, and he's like, all the other animals do it, why can't I?
Behold! A man! A man is a bipedal creature that walks on two legs.
Man is a featherless biped. So Diogenes plucked a chicken because that is a featherless biped, walked in and went, behold, a man! He constantly loved to dick with Plato. One of his
Because
favorite
Plato was a
things,
dickhead.
Yeah, so like one of his favorite things was to go to Plato's symposium, sit in the front row, and chew as loudly as he could, eating apples so that no one could hear him over Diogenes chewing. And then literally he would just sit there and like Dwight Schrute him, so Plato would be like, ah yes, one of the greatest rules of the universe is based upon wrong. What?
Wrong!
Wrong! Can you prove this, Diogenes? Well, you haven't proved anything yet, have you?
When you live your life the most basic way and still live to spite, you're doing something right.
Yeah, no, Diogenes was a hell of a man. So I'm thinking I'll probably do some Diogenes for the first episode, look up some of the more obscure things that no one knows, because everyone knows the Behold a Man, but he does so much wild stuff.
Behold, a man who is so great. Can you get out of my son, please?
Uh-huh. He is in my heart.
He is in all of our hearts.
Yeah. And then I'll probably do Elizabeth Bathory for a Halloween episode. That one would be fun. Because not enough people know about Elizabeth Bathory.
Yes. Babe,
Hmm.
is there any paintbrushes that you're not using?
Why?
Because I want to scratch my wrist and I can't reach and I don't want to take it off.
But as it is getting late, I should probably walk home.
Is your laundry done?
Yeah, actually, it's actually been done since I got here. I did have the good grace to throw it in the dryer, I just forgot to take it home.
How's this looking, by the way?
Nice so far.
So I've just pretty much been chilling.
Fair enough.
Elizabeth Bathory, I know that she was a murderous countess in
So-
Bathed in People's Red Life giving liquid.
Yes and or no, it gets really complicated.
History around women is complicated.
Yeah, so it gets really fun because most people know about the whole murdering, the bathing in virgin's blood, the torture, all that jazz. But a lot of people don't know about the sketchy fact that she may or may not have been set up by the other lords around her because she had one of the largest expanses of land after her husband died and was a lady of power who had more power than most of the men in the country during the height of the Roman Empire. They also didn't execute her during the height of the Roman Empire for bathing in blood and eating virgins when Christianity was the big thing. She just got confined to her room. So, yeah. She could be horrible, and she could also be one of the most tragic people of history, but who will ever know? We'll talk about it more in Halloween.
A quick question.
Yes.
From Dylan Boyer.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for building and painting 40k Marines? Well, Mark IV.
Mark IV. Those are like old boy.
Yep, those are 30k.
Yeah. Tips for building them. A fun one because they're the older sculpts. You actually have a lot more posability. So when you get it down, if you kind of cut their shoulder pads, not the actual ones that you stick over top, but from their actual arms, you can actually shave that on angles to give them more dynamic poses. And once you put the actual pauldron over top of that, it covers up any of the shaving you did and just looks like a normal arm in a different pose. So that's a food for thought, which is a incredibly easy conversion to help your army not look like 50 bajillion stick figures.
How dare you? The legions must look like 50 bajillion stick figures.
The murder story as well, but I wanted to talk about the rumors first. That's fair, because the rumors are absolutely insane.
I ate someone from the ass up.
Yeah, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody claimed she did that. Literally, they were just saying anything and everything horrible about her that they could. But it's the whole, like, if she actually did it, anything they said was entirely deserved. If she was just a tragic figure of history, it's quite sad.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, that's what happens when your husband is, like, a general and torturer for the army, and then he teaches you everything.
Well, Shadow, when we finally get our podcast off the ground, we will be able to talk about history and all that kind of shit. Because me, Aether Toast, and ya boy, Ice Light Recoil, all love history in some sense or fashion.
Yeah. We just gotta wait until a point where I'm not working, like, 2 weeks on 1 day off, so I can actually make a script and other things and write down.
Well, we don't make a script for the podcast. It's just kind of us talking
I said
crazy.
script, but more just like putting down information about what I want to talk about so that I can reference it on sheets and stuff, right?
Yep.
I think my wrist popped back into place.
I heard that. Maybe you do need to look at not using the wrist things ever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out because I gotta get up early for work.
See you, mate.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Do not die.
You can't threaten me with a good time.
Halfway worries me.
I'll walk with your trip tomorrow. If he seems depressed, yeah, we'll have a conversation.
History is a drug, and I'm an addict. Same here, buddy.
So, you ordered yourself food a while back, right?
I did.
Okay, good. I ordered myself Edo.
Cool.
I got yours.
Thank you for getting me slushy. Can I have a kissy?
Eat your skitties.
They're there. Can I have a kissy? You can get
Hey,
How's that, fuckheads? I'm getting action! Also one of the coolest moments of my life history while seeing a fully functional vintage Mitsubishi Zero flying. Those fuckers are made out of paper mache and bamboo. I got to fire a cannon. I like cannons.
When are you gonna be done the stream?
When this model's done.
So you're gonna be on for probably a while?
He's almost done. I need to do the eyes, and then I just need to do some like missiles here, and then just need to do some blood effects on the claw, and then just some rust on the back.
And then an overall wash.
Yep.
So maybe half hour, 45 minutes?
Probably.
Okay, sounds good.
While we're doing that, hey guys, we get $1,000. This beautiful person will do a face reveal.
$1,000. Doesn't matter if it's all one person.
Wait,
or
we're
if
giving
it's-
me $1,000?
No, we're donating $1,000 so this person does a face reveal. No one to this day has seen Phoenix's face.
Oh, fair.
Except for History Lover and Emerald.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the rest of you can't see it. Ooh!
But here's the real big one. $2,000 for foot reveal.
You've been showing your feet on stream this whole time.
Yes. I didn't say my feet.
Oh.
One of my friends works with howitzers and they love cannons as well.
Ooh! Der Haubitzen!
What color should I
Brody
do for
loves
the eyes?
speaking German.
Ich kann sprechen kleinen Deutsch.
What color should I do for the eyes? Green or red?
Green, you already have red on the gun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I have a green sight on it.
Then that actually suits it even better because then it's already a lens that's green on the model.
I visited the Kalamazoo Air Zoo Museum, and holy hell, the size of a fucking tomcat isn't exaggerated.
Oh, they're big.
Right? If you want to see a tank, which is ungodly huge, go look at a Churchill. Like-
big boy.
I love it. They were literally like, you know what? You know what we're real good at? Naval warfare. You know what we could do? Put a ship on land. They literally called their first tanks land ships.
Wait, is that the inspiration for the fucking Land Raider?
Yep, the Land Raider is literally just an early Mark I World War I tank, roided out to Space Marine. Statistics.
Aramis, I really remember a little German and supplement with a little bit of Pennsylvania Dutch.
I can't speak Dutch, but I am Dutch. It's a very
It's fine. I
strange
can't speak
language.
French, but I come from French people.
Je ne sais pas comment parler le français.
No.
No, I don't even know what you fucking just said.
It's very broken for I do not speak this language.
History Lover and Emerald are both very, very good beans. I love them. Obviously. Do you not see this fucking ring?
Yeah, look at my rings.
You could just be marrying me for my. I'm kidding.
Oh, what's this?
I'm kidding.
Story about how some Aussies Yes, actually, I do know about that. That one, and there was one which was left out in No Man's Land, which a bunch of Russians decided, fuck that, it's ours, so they took it.
Just like how
So
the Ukrainians have been stealing Russian tanks this whole time.
it's pretty much just a Slavic thing. Look, they have left the vehicle unattended. We will push buttons until it turns on.
Yep. Churchills are essentially squash MK.
Mark 5, they gave the turret. Yeah. But yeah, Churchills, basically they just tried to put a boat on land and slap as many cannons as they could on that bitch and called it a day.
I need to tell the History Lover the Russian one. They're Russian.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fuck, I'd have to look up the specifics. I pretty much said
Be
it
sure
in
you
my
keep him
knowledge.
also.
Yeah.
I'll
How about
say
we
this and then
save
I'll go.
this for another stream? Because Recoil does need to get going home.
I can do this one, because I don't really know the story, so it's up to you to search the full thing. But essentially what happens, there's a fight on the Eastern Front. A
Shock.
Tiger or a Panzer ends up becoming abandoned by its crew, because one of the tracks is broken, and anyone that knows anything about German tanks, that's a death sentence, so of course they just got out of the tank and left. The Russians, being Russians, went, hey, you know, if we get a truck, we could probably tow it back. So they just drove out there, hooked up the tank, and drove it back.
Oh, Robot, I'm confused. Is Recoil Phoenix's other boyfriend?
What? Not that I know of.
No.
Recoil-
Recoil is a very good friend.
Recoil is one of my best friends.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Pennsylvanian Dutch. That's interesting. Normal Dutch is also fucked because someone decided that there needed to be a buffer zone between France and Germany and decided to mold their cultures and see what happens. The Dutch are weird. One of my favorite This is the Netherlands photos is a small town. I can't remember the name of it, but it's literally just a bunch of houses out on the water.
Yeah.
Like, literally, there is just enough room to put a house on this small piece of land in the middle of a marsh, and it's just an entire town on the water. There's no cars or anything.
Yeah. Well, because there's no point in cars. You can just walk wherever you're going.
No, not there. Like, I mean, literally every house is its own individual island.
Oh, damn.
Like, it's... Yeah, here, let me see if I can find the picture.
My foot's here.
Where is... Yeah, you get your food, I will get my phone, I'll see if I can find the picture, and then I'll leave. Refer to it as bootleg Venice.
Bootleg Venice?
Yeah.
I had to stop myself from laughing. Because I'm doing a very hard thing right now. Oh, don't laugh. I was painting missiles and he said bootleg Venice.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Does Recall know about micro? You're asking the guy who obsessively goes on the internet for history if he knows anything about micronations.
I have considered forming a micronation.
You considered it with me.
I wanted to make my own micronation.
Oh, no, Robot. He was showing his hands and showing off the lack of a ring and saying, look at my ring.
Ah, yes, I was just being a sarcastic asshole. Yeah, so, that's the city.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's literally just a boat.
Yep. So... Oh,
Yeah, you might have to, like...
So you see those long, kind of outstretched areas? That's the land they built on the water, and there's houses on that. It's literally bootleg Venice. I believe it's called Gaitorn. I
How's that for a blood?
probably butchered that.
How's that for a blood effect, by the way?
Ah, wait, no, I found the city I was looking for. It's not that one. It's Shindiek. Shindiek is the weird one. Yeah, Shindiek. There you go. You want to live in a place like that, Will?
No.
That's it. That's the city. That's the entire town. It's set up like that. Those are houses. Very silly. One thing I will probably talk about at some point is Dutch warfare during the naval era and how absolutely cracked out their strategies were. There's a fight against the Spanish where they literally just dig a bajillion trenches, and the Spanish are like, huh, the Dutch must be bringing a very large army. This is a completely unnecessary amount of trenches. But what they didn't know was that a couple miles away, they were diverting a river into these trenches, flooded the entire area, and then just showed up with their superior navy and shot the crap out of the Spanish, who were prepared for a land war and not a naval engagement.
There's a blood effect on that.
Ooh, that's not bad. You should have said something. I could have brought you blood for the blood god.
I like using the Mephisto red.
That's fair.
I like dried looking blood.
That's fair.
Not fresh.
I like my fresh battle
I know
war.
you do. I want these guys to look like they're battle worn. That's why I'm gonna like drench this guy in Angrax.
Fair. Alright, but I should get going. And yeah, I do like that you like that, because it's a weird thing that nobody knows about. Another war I might talk about, because like nobody knows about it, is Prussia versus the Danes. Because not a lot of people know about the Danic Wars. And they are crazy.
Well, they're fucked.
Yeah, right? Right? Pretty much the history of Dutch naval, or not even Dutch naval, but Dutch warfare is, what is the last thing that they're going to expect us to do, which is unreasonably hard to achieve. And then they do it just for shits and giggles. Yeah, Minecrafter level tactics is basically how they ran their armies. Oh, there we go. somebody put the story I was talking about. So, basically, a Mark V got stuck in the mud in no man's land, and the crew held off the Germans until night using the tank's machine guns. Only one of the tankers was killed as he was trying to undo the unditching beam. The rest of the crew was able to make it to the friendly trench. No guns were left behind for the Germans to take. Oh, it's the story of Fray Benito's. Dutch warfare absolutely sounds cracked. I need to know more about it. Please info dump to me about anything and everything. You are my friend. Cool, we're friends now. We're having soft tacos later.
They already friended you on. They already said you were friend.
Oh yeah, we were talking a little bit about it. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I could do an episode on Dutch warfare because it is cracked out. They are a strange people, and I love them.
I love that, like, we have, like, Toast gonna talk about, like, science. You talk about history, and then me just with my cracked out gaming shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of history and science goes into games, so it all kind of like loops back on each other.
I guess, like,
Yeah, because we make art to explain life. All right. But I know I'm going to get stuck here talking about weird stuff unless I force myself to go. So all of you have a wonderful evening.
Night, buddy.
Will not. Thank you for reminding me, because I would have.
Oh, platypus.
Nice. Hey, yeah, you.
I got kisses.
Bye, friends.
So, what do you guys think about Slight Recoil, who's going to be my co-host? Well, one of my co-hosts for us, Back Alley Advice. He's not my best friend. I just know, just like you and Phoenix. Aw, I'm glad. But yeah, we're just trying. I thought we would be able to get up like 2 weeks ago, but sadly, a lot of shit came up, and just we had to put things on hold until we could get shit figured out. And I hate that we had to do that, but it's part of life. And we're gonna record the episodes first off, for the first little bit, then we'll do them live. And it's something we wanted to do for a long time together, is just shoot the shit, talk whatever the hell we want to talk about, and go from there. That has always been the goal. Just that fucking life. On the upside, though, I will be able to talk to them about it probably Friday if things go according to plan. Which I'll be streaming during the day on Friday, by the way. Have a good night, Jack. Be safe. Phoenix is watching One Piece in the next room. Guess I'll be watching that with her when I'm done. Speaking of One Piece, oh my fucking god. Its animation, like, guys, if you have not watched One Piece, get the fuck on it. The new animation is wonderful. They completely overhauled the animation crew. And it is sick what they have done. I'm very happy with it. And like, oh my god, it is so good. I know, I read it too, but I also watch it. And oh, like guys, fuck is what I'm gonna say about like the new animation and everything. It's so fucking good. I can't go to sleep now. I need more info dump about history. I'm a faster reader. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. If you've read up to that point, you can watch it. You can watch from the point from you are in the manga to now. And please jump on the Wano arc. It is astounding what they have done. Like, I'm astounded by what they were able to achieve. My brain can't shut off. I'm sorry. right now. Well, Brain's about to go burr because we're about to apply the last wash to this guy's silver bits with an Angrax Earthshade. So I'm very excited about that. Been fun, everyone, but I'm heading to bed. Good night. Good night. Don't worry, this stream will be over soon. But please, if you haven't donated, please consider donating. I would very much appreciate it. Your donations help the stream keep going and keep helping me do what I want to do. So any donations are very much appreciated. We're almost done. Get paid tomorrow, so next stream. Yeah! I get paid tomorrow too. So you know what that means? I'm getting Cult of the Lamb, and we're doing some Cult of the Lamb when we can. When we can. So that shit's exciting. Dirtied up Dreadnought. I'll take pictures of him later, but this model is done. Yep, that's all done. You just let him dry, and we're good to go. But I thank you all so much for coming. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much. And thank you for letting me just air my grievances a little bit there. I appreciate you all so very, very much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful sleep. I will see you all tomorrow for the Pokemon Nuzlocke.